Welcome back. Basic Natural Ball Witches.
Featuring Harrison.
Yes, and Draper.
Yeah.
Little Wonders family program. Do you want us to call you Little Wonders?
Wonder Whimsy,
Yeah.
Little Wonders program.
All the things. Jen Draper.
Everything.
Ladies and gentlemen. My gosh. Returning guest. Our first guest that we did on our podcast last year.
Yeah. It was our
first one.
We interviewed you for the very first time, but you weren't our first guest episode that we launched.
But you were our first interview.
It was our first interview that we'd ever done.
So my oh my, have we grown?
Yes. And it all started because you helped us teach. Nope, you taught us how to tarot.
Exactly, how to tarot. And I don't know.
You were already so good at taroting before me.
Well,
I don't know. You helped launch that gift.
You did. I don't know if you saw, but I launched my own little side.
I did. Congratulations.
Yeah. So no,
I love the name.
Oh, thank you. I knew it through spiritual guidance and meeting with a few different people, mentors, I suppose.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I need to do this. I know it has to involve canaries. I don't know why. That was just the one thing that was definitely in there. And I was gonna wait till the fall, and then I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
After we spoke with one of my mentors, it was just do it. Right? Yep. So I was gonna do it. So just doing it. So it's been good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But man, I do think of your course as
pivotal moment.
It was pivotal. I think it really helped put some more trust on how I was doing my readings. And I don't read off of the book at all.
I definitely would agree. I'm the same way, where I'd rather read the card first before I look at the book. And when I look at the book, it's just confirmation of what I was able to get.
Yeah.
So it's just right, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
I know what we're doing.
Even on the weekend, I went to the book. I did cards. Yeah, I did cards for one of my girlfriends, and I pulled a card that I'd never pulled before. And same thing, that imposter syndrome doesn't fully go away. I was like, okay, this is what I think, but I was like, because we're good girlfriends, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking in the book.
Totally.
It was bang on, but it was still that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that ever fully goes away.
The deck that you gave us, or gave me anyways, Brittany's got hers, it's the one I use primarily. I use 5 decks in my readings, or at least that seems to be what this last few weeks is. So when I pull a card or whatever, I say my feelings about it, and then okay, but this card can represent this, this is what it says, and this is what I'm getting from that, but it's a great reference point for starting in this.
Well, and that's the thing too, I still use the deck that you gave me. That's my primary, I'm most connected to that deck.
Oh, yay. I love that.
Yeah.
Man. It make me emotional.
Well, it was the first gift that I had ever been gifted. And so I think that was part of it.
We had bought our own decks at that point, and you know how you're drawn to them and whatever, but that one, this deck, like I said, it's it came across the world with me and back. Yeah. And it's my go-to. It's the one I don't really let other people touch.
Oh yeah. No one has that deck.
Exactly. Which is funny because there's other decks I'm yeah, you can play with that one, but
not this one.
Not that one.
See, and I'm so weird about it. I still don't let anyone, my friend Danielle touched one of the cards on the weekend. I'm like, no, you touched the elf on the shelf.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. It's yeah, I wonder why that is, but I mean, you've got a feeling about it. It's just
transfer energy. Sometimes it's not your energy anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Takes a minute to get it back. Yeah. So how often now, I guess doing I haven't listened to our last episode in a while, but since that time, because I know you were just kind of getting back into doing more courses and teaching and stuff like that. Now, do you feel that's kind of, that pace is upped a little bit, or how are you feeling with all of this going on?
Honestly, I have only taught, I think, 1 class since your class.
Really?
I just stopped offering it, and I don't know why. It wasn't an intentional, I'm not doing this anymore. And now I even have a space to do it. Yeah. So I'm like, Jen, what are you doing? And I'll constantly pull that spiritual teacher card. So I know that I need to start doing it more again. And I'm kind of finally getting into that groove. And even just hearing what you guys just said, I'm like, okay, I want to do this again.
Yeah. It was so nice. And maybe because we were so lucky to have the group size that we did, because it was nice and small and intimate, and we just had, maybe because we just made it really relaxed. We had food there because Jessica and I are big foodies. Yeah. And we need snacks.
Your mom and dad's house.
Yeah.
It was 4 of us was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and Grizz.
Yeah, I
That's
that
right.
was there.
Yeah.
Oh, I misses you too.
Was it Marge there? Oh, Maria was there, I think, too, right?
I'm sure she was.
I'm trying to think.
I think
How long
so.
ago was I, or was it Colin? I'm like, I don't even know how many
Was
years
this
ago.
last March?
No,
I don't even know what day it is.
I don't know what
It
year.
was like February or March, I think, because it
last
was
year?
right before I found out I was getting the venue.
Okay, so it was a year ago or over a year ago.
Over a year ago.
Okay, okay. So it must have been okay.
That's insane.
Part of me is like, it was forever ago. I'm like, it was only a year ago. Like, what the heck?
Because remember, we pulled those cards that said literally like the date I was going to find out about the venue.
Yeah.
And then I did. That was,
That was so insane.
That's right.
I love that though. It was so cool because like getting to read you was important to me because I was like, the only way I'm going to be able to do this is if I test myself by literally reading someone who I don't know anything about, which at that time I didn't. So I was like, okay, let's try this out. And for everything to kind of like come about was really freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, it was sorry, so where are we here? We're in June. So not last year, but the year before, because I hadn't met Ryan yet. So you wouldn't have had Maria.
Was I pregnant? I might have been pregnant.
You were pregnant. Yeah, you were pregnant, but you weren't.
Maybe Colin was there.
Yeah.
Colin was there. Okay, but he would have been just about 2 then. That makes sense.
Yeah, because I was just like, I hadn't met Ryan yet because when I was reading, I was getting ready because I wanted to meet somebody that year. And I remember asking Sierra, who was part of our group too, because I was talking about, like weight and like how that can affect going into relationships and stuff like that, and like having a baby. I think. No, I can't even remember.
No, seriously, I don't even know.
No, okay, so let me think.
It was definitely last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that makes more sense. Duh. I'm such a doorknob sometimes. Because having a baby was important last year, and here we are getting pregnant and having a baby.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
But yes.
It is crazy to me how like it feels like this has been a part of our lives for so long. I mean, for me as like a nomad a handful of years ago, do you know what I mean? And like having it be like life consuming and passion, it's like, oh my God. But one of the gals I did speak to, one of my mentors, I like did like a session with her, and she's like, the reason my journey was so rushed is because we need people at the front lines of this new awakening. And for us, and you especially too, as like a teacher, whether you think you're being a spiritual teacher intentionally or not yet, you are, or you have been, because you're already helping those who've already come to that awakening start that transition into being like realizing this, right? So you were there before we were even there, right? By allowing us into this next phase of our lives. So thank you very much for that. I think I'm very, very grateful.
Yeah, you're leading us through.
No, truthfully, I am very grateful for what you've taught me, because it's
even Harrison's like, thank you.
Yeah, it's been like I said, I've become so passionate about it that I'm like, how did we cope? How did we not know about our gifts before that?
Yeah,
that's part of it too.
Well, and I think you always know, you just don't necessarily like believe it, or you get that whole like, well, who am I to know that? Or
exactly. Yeah, that ego steps in. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna ask something else here. I forgot it. It'll come back to me in a minute.
When it came to the events that had happened in like the last year from then to now, so like business, family, relationships, all that kind of stuff, was there anything in your readings that could have predicted it?
Yeah.
Really? Would you mind telling?
Yeah. So I have a notebook, and every month, at like the last couple days of the month, I'll do a reading for the following month. And then I just put it away. And I don't read it again until I go to do the next month, and then I reflect back. And it's and so the month to month stuff is usually, there's always like stuff in there, but it's when I do my annual reading. So I did a reading for 2023. Oh, really? And the only romance card I got was separation.
No way.
Yes. And I was just like, oh, well, maybe we'll be traveling, or like just some time apart. It was like, no, like you're actually getting separated. So like that was like the most like literal card.
Wow.
And then like last year it predicted the venue and business changes and going sole entrepreneur. And so the year one definitely is wild to look back on at the end of December to see.
Yeah.
And so you do that in December typically, or when do you typically do a year? Oh, wow.
I'll do it like I try and do it like the 30th, 31st of December
Wow,
for the following year.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what, Jen? You should literally host an event like that and to literally teach people how to do a year-long.
Or offer as a service.
Well, yeah, or offer it as a service too. Yeah,
I
you're
can
right.
just
Some sort of like year-end, New Year's Eve kind of, yeah, that'd be fun.
yeah, it'd be fun,
Yeah.
like a year-end kind of stuff. I can only imagine like the amount of energy you're spending doing that for, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just tired thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God, all of that. I mean, I don't, wow, like, okay, when you do your year first, how many decks do you use? Do you just use one?
I will
Cards?
pull at least one card from every deck I have.
Okay,
Wow,
fair.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Wow. And is it because you feel called to all of it, or is it just like how it works? Doing like
Just that's just kind of what I've always done. And then as I've added more decks, I'll try and use less. And then I'm just like, oh, what's this one gonna say? And what's that one gonna say? So then I'm like, I have to.
yeah, oh my gosh.
Do you pull from each deck for each month, or do you pull them all just for the year?
I just pull for the whole year. And then at the end of the month, I'll do the same thing, whichever cards I'm kind of pulled to. But I usually will end up pulling like 9 or 10 cards, one from every deck. And
Nice.
Wow,
Wow, that's amazing.
that's crazy. That's awesome.
and I like doing that because there's so many similar cards in each deck. So when you get them to come up from different decks with the exact same message, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, like you actually mean it.
Exactly. It's an affirmation that it's like, no, that's legit. It wasn't fluke. Yeah. I know whenever I do my readings, I'm like, because half the time, as I know you must know, when you're doing your readings, you're like, I don't know, like this is what they just said. You know, this is what they're saying. Right. I haven't went through the deck and picked out these cards because I did, you know, all this research on you before you got here or whatever. Like we haven't talked about your situation, but I'm like, I don't know. You just can't make this stuff up. Like I can't. I don't know your life enough to make this up. So
Yeah. Well, it's nice to always pull a message that isn't Googleable. Like you wouldn't have known that.
No,
about
exactly.
that person.
Like,
Yeah.
I know. I had a reading done with, or no, one of my clients last week. It was a really great reading, and it wasn't really what I expected, and I don't think it was what she expected either. But it was like it gave us a chance to like reflect on like her childhood and, you know, kind of building. I don't know if we talked about this in the podcast that we just recorded, but it came down to like not seeking counsel, but like getting creative with also like being able to speak about past experiences in this. And I'm like my hands are like they need to move, they need to create something. And it came down to like, as I was kind of working through what they were trying to say, it was like, you just need to like write this down. You need to write about what you've been through, what you've currently gone through, and then like you need to write the rest of your story as you see it going forward. She's like, oh my God, when I was little, I wanted to be a writer. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know how else to tell you that. Like I didn't know. It's just that's what they're saying is you need to actively do this. Like it's just sitting there at the tip of your fingers. Like actually that's like one of my symbols now is like when I need to like produce or get creative or do something, it's like my palms just like itchy and they just want to go, ah! Anyways, that's fine. But yes.
What do you think for Jen? Do you have any symbols that you like? Oh fuck.
They set up.
Don't mind my barf.
Barf, baby. Do you have any like when you're reading, do you have any signals or signs or like sensations that come up for you?
Like in there. Sorry guys.
Not really, actually. Like I try and pay attention to the like things that will happen while I'm doing the reading. Like I think we talked about this in the class, like sounds or a song that I'll hear come on the radio downstairs while I'm doing the reading. So I'll pay attention more to external factors that I would maybe ignore if I wasn't doing a reading.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have any like physical symptoms or anything like that.
Oh, fair.
But that's still pretty cool though, to just be aware of your surroundings.
Exactly. And we say that a lot, like, you know, what do you feel? What do you taste? What do you smell? Like all of this. And I feel like that's where I like, I don't, but then my ego steps in and it's like, oh, well, of course I put the radio on because it's on my like favorite channel. And I know the songs, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, that's my ego being like, well, we made that happen. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something I'm still dealing with is that
Ego's hard.
Ego's hard. Yeah. I don't know. Oh well.
So for this year, for what you've been able to pull, is there anything exciting that you can share about what seems to be coming your way?
I actually haven't reread my reading for this year.
Wow.
I just remembered when everything was happening in March with my ex-husband that I was like, I remember pulling the separation card, but I don't go back.
Yeah.
You don't go back for the whole year?
Wow. I mean, that's
Holy
good
cow.
though. That's great that you've got the memory.
I'd be
Yeah.
itching. I would be itching to be like, I need to know what's
Mhm.
gonna happen.
I have in the past, no, just not yet this year.
It's almost like blowing the secret too. Do you know what I mean? It's like, right? When you're like, oh my God, I pulled getting a dog. I didn't realize, like something like that, or a new addition or whatever, right?
It was she got her puppers.
Yeah.
In October last year. I think.
October last year?
November.
Oh, sorry, November. Yeah. Because I remember the day that you said that you were going, and I was just like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you were the only one that knew I was going, not even the
Are you
people that lived
serious?
with me. Yeah, nope. I did not ask permission. I just brought Nuge home.
And you know what? That's fair. That's what I did with Honey. I was like, hey, by the way, I'm getting a dog, but I've already adopted her.
Exactly. So we already.
But I honestly think that Nuge came into my life like for a reason. Like her and I have a bond like I have not had with a dog since my childhood.
No way.
And it was almost like the universe just knew I needed her because Ryan was going to be taking Kyler, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like you needed something of your own. You needed somebody in your corner.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have a cat as well, and you were able to keep the cat?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, she's definitely my baby.
Is she?
Yeah. Can you tell the people up there why Nuge and what kind of dog is Nuge?
Nuge, I have no idea what kind of dog she is. Actually, she's a rescue, so part husky for sure. But yeah, she is named after an Edmonton Oiler, as is my cat and the previous dog that went with my ex-husband.
Yeah. What's your cat's name?
Cassian.
Cassian. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, I think I knew that.
Jen is the biggest Oilers fan in the
I've ever
entire
met.
world.
Yeah, seriously, I didn't
She will
realize.
go to games alone. She will drive to Edmonton by herself and go to games alone.
Yeah, I feel like I can tell this story now because it's been so long. But I don't know if you knew this, but I met Wayne Gretzky in like a very freak meeting.
yeah,
I don't know if I told
yeah,
you this already. Back when I worked in dental, years and years ago, I get into work and I was working the evening shift, and I get a call saying Wayne Gretzky's coming in. I'm like, what do you mean? I guess he had broke his tooth and was flying in and then had to drive down to Regina or some sort of thing. Anyways, so it was like the most chaotic day of my life. But meeting Wayne Gretzky, it was like, and like I was an Oilers fan. I am an Oilers fan. I'm kind of like a sleeping fan. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, yay, sports. And then I like forget that that's a sport. You know what I mean? I cheer for everybody. Anyways, but I do have like an Edmonton Oilers key from when I was in high school because I was like a go hard fan then. And I was like, oh my God, I should have got him to sign my key. But I was so like flabbergasted that like Wayne Gretzky's here and he's got like a broken tooth and like we're going to be hanging out for like a little bit here. It was so crazy. But anyways.
To be honest, he probably wouldn't have signed it.
No, yeah. Oh yeah.
From what I've heard. So.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I don't know. It was fun. It was an interesting
Why wouldn't he have signed it?
Probably
because it wasn't something he could profit on?
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
I've heard that he doesn't just like freely give autographs anymore.
Totally. He
Which
did.
Is
yeah. As
people just go and sell them and make a lot of money, but
totally.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sell the house key to my parents' house. That just happens to be a key.
Mom, Dad, you're gonna have to rekey the house. No big
Out of
deal.
the house, exactly. But he was very thankful for it. I don't even know how it came up, but I mean at that point, I won't say the name of the clinic, but it started with an A. And so I'm sure it was just like Saskatoon dental, and it was like at the top,
pick whoever's open that night.
Literally, exactly. It was like a really like speedy process, but he was really good. He took a photo with all the stuff, and
nice.
And then he sent 2 cases of his wine, like one red and one white. And I'll be honest, it's not great wine.
It's not good.
Really bad.
No.
I was like, well, this will be really good. I'm like, it's not.
I didn't try the white, but the red was not.
It was not good. And like I go by like chuggability. Do you know what I mean? Like there's some like, but do you mean like this is the old thought of me? Like there's wine that you want to savor, there's wine that you want to chug to get drunk, and then there's wine you just don't touch at all. It didn't even fit on my scale. I'm like, no, it's omitted. It just was not good. Sorry, Wayne.
Wine that you can't chug to save your life.
I just couldn't. I was like, this is not. I can't remember the name of it now, but I mean, it was probably just called Gretzky or something.
No, it's like 99.
Oh yeah, 99 something. That's right. Anywho,
so what happens when you try celebrity alcohol? You're playing a dangerous game. It may be good. It may be bad.
Free, and I got one of each. So that was nice.
Oh, that is really nice.
So, yeah.
So I love it. Since you are like the Oilers' biggest fan, I definitely want to come to a game with you one time because I just want to see you in your.
I don't know if you do.
I do. I really do. I want to see you in your element.
So funny. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Well, now, okay, obviously playoffs are on, and this is not what we typically talk about
No,
on our
but this is
podcast
how
at
it's
all.
fun
We're
to
talking
be.
sports from the most non-sportsy people ever.
Yeah. Yay, go goals.
Go
Hit the
goals,
thing.
go the sports, hit the buttons.
Hit the button.
But exactly. But what were we talking about? Yeah, in your element, playoffs are on. Where are you at with the are you supporting any of the teams right now? What is it, Florida and Vegas? Is it Florida? Vegas, no, I know for sure.
When Vegas took out Edmonton, that's the team I officially did not want to win the cup. So I don't know that that's going to happen for me. So I'm not watching. I'm pretending it doesn't exist. Hockey season ended for me a couple weeks ago.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And you know what? That's fine.
At least you have some free time now.
Exactly. Some free time. So yeah, going into summer here. So obviously your business has expanded quite a bit. You've got like so many events coming up. What's next on your list?
Ooh, the next big one would be well, speaking of the Oilers, the celebrity golf tournament in September.
It's so awesome.
So I'm bringing in Paul Coffey and Grant Fuhr to do a golf tournament in September. So that's my next big one. And then of course the gala.
Yeah. That's the the Heart's Desire Gala in Saskatoon, which is sold out. Sorry, team.
Yeah, I know. Me and Leanne are going.
Oh, fine. That's great.
Yeah, she got tickets because I was like, I'm not good at this shit. I'm too pregnant to care. Please help me. And so she's like, I'm on it.
Very good. That's so good. Yeah. So with those events, I mean, two very drastic events too, right? But I think, I mean, collectively, you've got two big groups of people. What are the causes of support? Let's start with the golf tournament here. So what's the main goal?
That one is honestly more just for fun, like just to get people out, and I want to hang out with Oilers.
Yeah.
But I also like the silent auction and the live auction proceeds are gonna go to the Little Wonders Family Program.
Amazing.
So I know a lot of women in the community know about it, so it will be nice to like pass that message on to the men that are coming to the event as well.
Yeah,
totally.
That's awesome.
And the gala is purely that is for the family program awareness. All the moms are, well, a good portion of the moms are coming. And so then a portion of all the proceeds will be going to the family program for that as well.
That's amazing.
When you put it on last year, because I was lucky enough to go to the first one last year, seeing all those mamas on the stage, it was so emotional, but like, holy cow, so powerful.
Yeah. Well, and this year there's going to be 34 moms.
Amazing.
Coming. Yeah.
Because I'm not really sure. I mean, what your mom's, I guess, like what the program does. Would you mind sharing with me a little bit, or us a little bit?
So I wanted to put something together to just spread awareness for the different rare diseases and disabilities that kiddos in Saskatchewan are living with. Yeah. So it kind of started as just like the moms were sharing their stories on social media to spread information and like share resources, and it's just built into this community and networking for the moms. So we have a private chat group where if any of the moms are having a tough time, they'll put a post like, let's go for coffee. If anyone's staying in the hospital this week, I'm there, like let's meet at Starbucks. And so we're really just like building a community so that these moms have other people who really understand what they're going through.
Yeah,
I love that. That's so amazing.
That's fabulous. What a wonderful kind of like, well, group and community that you're building. A village is the term that everybody kind of throws up, but that's exactly what you're doing, is creating and inviting people in. Yeah,
I love that.
That's fantastic.
So one thing that keeps like sticking out in my head here, and I have to say it out loud before I forget it, because it's like, say it. I think so. We have a friend who does crystal grids, and when we thought we had more time with Jessica summertime, we were going to like rent part of your space to do a crystal grid workshop there,
which you should still do.
Which we will. I'll get Bobby in there, but I didn't know if that was something that you would already do, Jen. Have you ever done a crystal grid before?
No, like I've taken crystal courses before, and like one of the courses was on grids, but it's not really something that I use myself. So
fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, this one was like, I mean, you can build it like on what your grid itself, but I've also like for Brittany and for other gifts and stuff, I've like bought them, and they're like a grid that means like connection or
yes, I do have a couple of those from Belami.
Yes.
So Vanessa's so great.
I love her.
She's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
But yeah, I have our friend Bobby who does aura readings as well. Like she takes a picture of you and then
Yeah, or
shows all of
photography
her. Yeah, her
readings.
aura photography. She's freaking
Grids,
cool.
Yeah.
And she does these workshops for crystal grids and aura readings that we can hook up some time at your space in the summer here and see if we can raise money for herself. She has MS.
Yeah.
And so we could do like MS, but also Little Wonders.
Yeah.
Aw, that's
fundraising.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, you guys should definitely do that. Yeah, I was like, so I'm here still. But
Yeah.
I'm only here for another week.
Yeah.
But it will be 12 weeks on Sunday when I fly out, 12 weeks to the date. So
Oh wow.
what a pain in my ass, but that's okay. Happy.
What do you do? What do you do?
How long were you supposed to stay for?
3 weeks.
Ish. Yeah, 3 weeks. It was like a visa issue. Oh my God. It's been a hell of a ride, I tell you. So Ireland, they like wouldn't, oh, sorry, shouldn't say that. They rejected my visa application. So then we appealed it, which they rejected. So then we applied again with a lawyer and they rejected that. And then we appealed it. So when we were putting in our last appeal, I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways, so my lawyer's like, it's probably best just like go back to Canada because it could take a few weeks. This way it's like you're somewhere that you can be, you're not over your 90 days in Ireland, like just makes sense. Like, yeah, it's fine. So yeah, so that was 12 weeks ago. And like things came to a head last week when we got I guess it was our lawyer's office was giving Ryan, my husband, some names to call to see if we can not expedite it, but like they have local like MPs in the area that they call TDs, just to like reach out and whatever. Anyways, so we did that. They called and they said this date, and then my lawyer's like, absolutely not. It's like April, whatever. It was like there was like 5
They were
weeks
trying to like
difference.
give them a runaround
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. So they're like, so my stuff was sitting on someone's desk for 5 weeks. Just not being looked at. Because it was like, okay, my date of submission was like April 6th, and they were looking like April 20th or 23rd or whatever it was, like later in the month. So I'm like, and they're like, no, it's May 16th. And my lawyer's like, no. So anyways, so now here we are. I got the approval, going back, flights booked.
You can finally see her baby boy.
God, because I haven't seen my son in 12 weeks, right? Like,
Oh.
or my husband, him too. But before we recorded, I mean, we did sage, so I'm not bringing any of that attitude in. But
That's
like,
okay.
fuck,
There was just
dang.
a moment, and so they're friends off for the next hour until they can both get
I
over
know.
their
I
shit.
told Brittany that I'm like, I love him, but I do not like him right now.
That's
Oh,
fair.
it's just tough. But anyways, it's fine. I'm over it. I'm
So-
a bigger person.
What kind of things would you like to do next in terms of reading or metaphysical? Like, is there anything else that you'd like to bring into your space for that? Or like any certain courses that you're looking to bring in to learn or to teach yourself?
I don't think so. Like I said, I do want to get back into teaching again with the cards, but I want to start like seeking out places that are looking for workshop space and like
yeah.
using the venue to host.
Mhm.
Because I would love
Yeah.
to do like, it's such a bright room in the front there, like that front space. So I would love to do like meditation courses or even just like
Yeah.
children's yoga or
Oh,
something.
that'd be
in there,
such a
bring
great
it
Something
idea.
like that. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Honestly, I mean, like I feel like there's so many people with that not same idea, but like looking for a spot. Like I'd love to do this if only I had a place to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And because it's indoors, it's year round, right? It's not like,
Yeah.
I love that.
yeah, well, that's awesome.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Shall we get to reading?
Yeah, if you would like
Let's do it.
So yeah, because we're in season 2, just to recap. So we each week we pull a card and then kind of base it around our feelings going into this week's reading, I suppose. Like what I usually think of is like, what do people
Need to hear.
right now, right? And I was thinking on the way over here, because I'm at Brittany's right now, that I was challenged by one of my mentors to do like a blind read. So not that it basically like I feel like I don't need the cards to do a reading, but it's like trusting that like instinctual kind of thing. So I'm going to try and do that. But I'm going to use my animal spirit card or deck again. I'll still read from the thing, whatever. But I'm going to like, while you guys are doing your readings, I'm just going to like see if I can pick the card without picking the card. Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna get you to do a blind reading for me.
Sure.
Let's do that first.
Okay, sure. With my animal deck, or do you want me to do it with my like
Do it with the
my
other
big
deck.
deck?
Do it with the other deck.
A big deck. My angel wisdom.
I like big decks and I cannot lie.
I love a big dick.
I like it. Oh my god, that should be
A shirt.
well, it should be a shirt, but it can also be. You know how when you walk into your space and you always have like a theme on your board? You
Yeah.
should put I like big decks and I do not like a tarot reading class.
The one with
My class, yeah.
the one with the big dick.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so first of all, I have permission to read your energy. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Get in
cool.
there.
We will just have a little here. Okay, I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it blind.
I'm
So
scared.
I'm still going to like, so what I'm doing is, you know, but for people that are watching or listening, is I'm just shuffling and I'm thinking about Jen. And I'm just like asking them to like bring forth like something that she needs to hear, that will bring her clarity and confidence and affirmation. You need something confirmed right now, I feel like, or something you just need like a nudge to say, yeah. So let's see. Let's see what we got. So first off, yeah, I'm shuffling. I've already knocked on it to clear out the energy. I put yours in and mine. So I'm still gonna pull, but I'm not going to look. So I'm scared because I haven't done this for like, I've only done it for like a few people. So
that's good.
definitely thought that was some shitting his pants and not. We've got Dory on right now.
We have
for a
the
little
Dory Reef cam on, so that way when he can
Oh.
when he's looking, then he can look at the screen and like it'd be beautiful, nice colors.
bit. Okay, so I've got 3 cards to start here. First card, let's see here. I get like a wheel, or like it feels like almost like the Wheel of Fortune or like the world. So to me, that kind of resembles like, aside from what the actual cards mean, fortune, obviously, but
Fingers crossed.
it's almost like the coming of together. Something being wrapped up into a nice bow. Do you know what I mean? Like the package is coming together is kind of what I'm getting from this card. I'll read all 3 cards blindly and then we'll do it like that way.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like there's like something that's like going to be coming to completion. That's kind of what I'm getting from that one. I feel like then we're moving on to a different chapter in our lives. So I feel like this card, or what I'm sensing from here, is like moving forward. So it's almost like we're looking at a doorway and like we're passing through it. So I feel like it is like, again, like the chapter is coming, like whatever we finished is like, okay, now we're on to the next. And it's like almost yeah, I feel like it's like your bags are packed and you're ready to move on. I feel like there's that point of like, we're not resisting it anymore. It's like we're freely moving forward. I don't think it's a like, obviously I feel like there's time for reflection, but I feel like you've made the choice. The choice wasn't yours before to move on like this, but you decided that it's the best thing for you. It's like a confidence in moving forward now. And then my last card. I see like a book, so it's almost like a study or a like, you know, like when you're looking at like the book is like wide open like this. And so that to me could be like research, it could be, I don't know if it's necessarily teaching, but I feel like learning or not necessarily taking a course. I feel like it's just like learning for fun and not like because you're obligated to. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like, yeah, it's definitely like a leisurely or like even like a hobby of something is gonna be, you're gonna be researching into something like that. I don't know what any of that means. So let's just see now. Okay, are we cool?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. So this card is like the King of Cups. Trustworthy, honorable, devoted, cautious, someone you can completely trust, a situation that is safe, a solid romantic relationship, hidden but well-intentioned emotions, a charitable benefactor, or seeing a counselor. We're gonna read the rest of the cards here. The next one is the King of Swords, which is emotions, right? Intelligent, impartial, respected, stoic, receiving wise advice, remain objective, fair-minded, public speaking, communicate clearly, unemotional relationships, or being emotionally unavailable. The Lovers. Embrace true love and deep, intimate friendships. Make choices from the heart, vibrant health, or recovery from an illness.
I love how it's 2 kings and a lover.
2 kings of
Yeah.
But I mean, I think
Gentlemen.
that's like, I mean, those are the cards just that you can kind of see.
Yes.
Looking at them at first, aside from what the cards mean itself, with the King of Cups, the first thing I got was like the cup, and he's like sitting there. My right hand is going nuts. Sorry, if you see me doing this, it's because it's like telling me to do something and I haven't gotten there yet. But it's almost like not sitting back and like, it could be like sitting back and just like watching the magic happen and like the stuff that you started unfold. And like, do you know what I mean? Letting what you've done start to take action and just letting it be, because it's going to do it. It's going to progress you forward no matter what. Of course, coming back to the King of Swords here. Yeah, I think that's like, the biggest thing is I always feel like he's so bored. And it's not that what you're doing is boring, but I feel like you're not challenging yourself enough. And it's like, yeah, I can sit back and let it go and it's going to do it. But there's going to come a time when it's like, okay, so I need to add something else to my plate here. So now I've got X, Y, and Z lined up for the year. What's my next challenge? What's my next accomplishment? Right. I guess I wouldn't even say a challenge. It's going to be your next accomplishment. And then in terms of the Lovers, obviously it's got its own meanings there, but I do see it's a support card, and it's finding trust in the people that are around you. Because I don't see it as like a love intimacy, like, do you know what I mean? Like finding love that way.
Why not? No.
Well, I mean, that's what you want, you know? But I do think it's like finding those that you trust and holding on. Do you know what I mean? Because like, if you can kind of see like their hands are gripping, like there is no letting go. And I feel like that's a sign of like, he's just like, you found yours and like making sure to lean on them for support. And do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a very big support card. Is like, yeah, I don't know. So my blind read was all the way here, and I was over there, but that's fine. So maybe
really though.
Okay,
it wasn't. I think it was pretty accurate.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. That's good. So there you go. There's a tip for all the tarot readers out there. Like that was something that like we don't need the cards to read. It's just going with your instinct and asking for clarity if you need it from your guides, and then paying attention to what your body or what you're seeing or what you're feeling. So that's what I was doing there.
I love it.
Fun. I hope that was fun for everyone.
Yes.
I always get so like, I don't know what I'm doing. But thank you for letting me do that. That actually means a lot to me. Gives me some practice. So yeah.
We're gonna pull for the week.
Yes. You're good to pull? I'll do my animal one anyways, but I won't do it blindly or whatever if you want to do yours first or whatever you want to do. Are you good? Oh, he stood up again.
How many cards do you usually pull?
I can pull one, depending, but oh fuck, he like really got good.
Sorry, he stood up. I'm like, oh god.
That's nice and barfus.
Can I do anything for you? Hi, how you doing, mister?
Oh my god. It's a change-worthy one. Fuck.
It's like,
That's what happens though, podcasting a baby.
Exactly. Yeah, show us your chest. Take it, person.
Like they can't even like shake his chest. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I usually pull one animal card, right? But I mean,
if 2 fall out or whatever the case is, then yeah, I go for it. I always find one for sure, and if there happens to be more, then there happens to be more.
Yeah. And you had said
I got 2.
Oh, perfect. And you have a new deck, right?
You have a new deck.
What is the deck?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Sorry, just 1 sec.
Do your thing, yeah.
Ooh,
I love it. Is that got you? No, that's very
No,
similar.
that's in my Amazon card.
Yeah.
it's my first non-Doreen Virtue deck.
Oh. Wait, who told us about the goss with Doreen Virtue? Was it you? Oh, it was you. That's right. The hot goss.
So every single time I can get my hands on a Doreen Virtue deck, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had 2 now that are secondhand.
Yeah, I got a secondhand one at Soulworks. They sell secondhand decks. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah. And I found one there, I don't know, it must have been last year. Oh yeah, I texted you. I'm pretty sure I put it in our group chat. I was like, I found one.
Yes. And then I have one that you borrowed for a while too.
Yeah, so that's right. Anyways, yeah. So if you feel like you've got your message, that's great.
Adds up. They're pretty similar. So the first card is inspiration.
Awesome.
Yeah, so the card itself says, be prepared as you'll soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. So it's just kind of a card saying, like, pay attention to the signs that you think you're receiving, because it's like you might be second guessing them, like we were talking about. And there's going to be some new ideas coming your way. So that could be like meditation, sitting in the bathtub, and you have like an aha moment.
Yeah.
And then the second card ties in perfectly. So it's divination.
Yeah.
So it says, embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity.
Oh, sorry, I was just getting them. Yeah, no, that's yeah, I think that's spot on.
I love
that.
It's got a good week ahead.
Literally, I think it's like, yeah, pay attention to the signs, because the signs aren't, they're never going to come the way you expect, right?
Yeah. So. And just believe that, like, you're able to handle a situation. If you feel trapped, you're not as trapped as you might think you are.
Yeah. No, fair. Awesome.
I love that.
I'm
going to put him down for a second so I can.
If he cries, just the shred. Oh, I guess I don't. That's fine.
That's fine. It's dried anyway. The life.
Yes. Well, while you're shuffling them, right?
Yeah.
Because I did pull.
Sweet.
I got the stingray. Funky. That's fun. Let's see what we got here. Stingray. I don't think I've ever gotten a stingray. If I have, I've never. Usually, I think, well, you had mentioned earlier that, like, a card you never got before. It's like, sometimes you do not get that card. It just has no reason to come out for you, right? Like, it's not your card to get. Okay, so developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. The stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. So when we're in balance, we're eager, we want to grow. When we're out of balance, we blame others or we quit. And to bring into balance, move through the discomfort. And it's kind of funny because I'm like, oh, you're moving through the door. Like, I always say, life is what happens when you're uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, you have to fucking live. You have to be uncomfortable. It's just part of life. Yes, that's cool. I love that. Boom.
So mine, okay. So I pulled from my favorite deck that we talked about that Jen gifted me. So the Archangel Power Tarot. And I pulled the card of perspective. The Archangel, I'm going to say Shamiel. It doesn't matter.
Samuel.
There you go.
There you go.
If anyone's going to know, it'll be you.
Exactly.
I only know because I used to watch Doreen Virtue's videos.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
so smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, this card is there's a better way, pause for reflection and insight, and dare to be different. And in the card, it's literally like a circus tent that he's just, it's so for me, when I see a circus, it's just like chaos. It's going to be crazy. So for it to be reflection of just like literally step back, assess your situation, pause, and then take action. That's what I think. So
yeah. No, I think that's good.
Yeah.
The circus. That term is not my circus, not my monkeys. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it is your circus, then let's take responsibility, but not acting out of rashness. Yeah.
I'm just going to check with the book here real quick, see if there's an additional message that I may have missed. Yeah. Like there's a better way. You're probably already noticing that your past approach is no longer working for you. So even though this is a time of reflection, it's also extremely important for your spiritual evolution and your growth. Oh, so yeah, it says indicating your heart may be leading you to perform a selfless act of kindness for someone else. This form of compassion is always rewarded. So yeah, a pause for reflection, time moving slowly, a change in priorities. I like it. Change in priorities. Cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I was gonna ask you one more thing. So before we talk about all your fun events for this year and talk about all of your businesses that we can plug. I know that for the last little while, almost at every single event that you've been a part of, you've been offering readings. So people do, or see, they can book readings with you privately. And is there any events coming up that you are doing readings in Saskatoon?
I don't know. There was one I was talking about, but I haven't officially been hired yet.
Okay.
But no, I haven't. I should do one. I should just have like a come and go
Yes,
kind of thing.
Yeah,
you should.
that'd be great. I mean, but they had like their what was it? There was like the Crystal Fair was in town, and then there was the
rock one.
no, I can't remember where they had like all the tarot readers and like fortune, and there was some. It's always on the same weekend.
It's always in the travel lodge.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's psychic fair.
Yeah.
psychic fair, but like not a psychic fair. But do you know what I mean? Like have like a collection of readers from throughout the city.
Well, you know so many of them. You're friends with Angela Gale, and obviously.
Oh, and she's doing an amazing event at my venue in July. Yeah, she's gonna be doing like mini readings and
So cool.
cocktails. Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
Oh, right. That's like the spirit and something.
Sip
Sip and spirit.
Sip and spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I remember seeing that. Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
awesome.
That'd be so awesome, and she'd be such a great like person to have there. I mean, like she's
And I'm bartending, so
Well, and did you learn a lot of what you learned from her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really amazing.
yeah, she's kind of the person that put me on the path to like working
Wow.
with crystals and cards and going for Reiki and
Oh,
yeah.
That's so awesome.
That's awesome.
And look at you now, you can spread that gift and you can be a mentor yourself.
Literally, and you are. I hope you do know that you have done so much as like, you know, a single mom. You've propelled yourself into this scary life, and you've done so wonderfully. Even though it may not feel like that all the time, I promise you, there are so many people looking up to you and being like, how the hell is she doing it? And you're making it look effortlessly. You are. Like
So
you
we're
were
gonna cry. That's good.
well,
She's like, I hate you.
I
So
hate
that's
you.
great.
But no, but truly, I do mean it. Like you have such an impact on people and women
Yeah.
everywhere. You know?
Well, and it's like everything that's happened to you since really like we've gotten to know you so much more in this last year. And ever since we've met you, every event that has happened in your life that we've seen in this last year has just been another stepping stone forward to be like, holy shit, that's something that could have knocked her down and start right at the beginning of the staircase. But here you are going like, no, I can still get there. We're getting there.
Exactly. And I think especially, okay, so we're just gonna keep talking.
We're just gonna gush about you for a second.
But you had posted recently about your separation and, you know, like, and I think the fact that you, I mean, put yourself out there like that, so
Mhm.
like candid, it was just like, this is it, this is a matter of fact. But it wasn't like, woe is me, or, you know, it wasn't that, it was like, this has happened and this is what I'm doing in my life to continue to better it for myself and my children. I mean, it was just like,
It was
that happened.
powerful. It was
What
a
are we doing
powerful
next?
message.
It was a powerful message. And I think you, like I said, like you were such a role model in more than one area of life. You're just,
You got so many wonderful layers.
you like onion.
Right. Let's change the subject. I'm sweaty.
Okay,
I've
so
also posted about being uncomfortable getting compliments. I never know what to like. Yeah, sports.
Thank
You're like,
you.
that's
Yeah.
so great. So anyway.
Yeah.
Totally
No,
get that.
I did like in one of my Reiki sessions, we talked about like starting to be more like non-business related on my page as well, just because like I am the service really. Like when you're hiring an event planner or booking my space,
Yeah.
it's me. So like there's still lots I haven't shared and I'm still kind of deciding like what's all gonna be out there. But
Absolutely.
I will say the most engagement I get are the posts where I like open up about that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think
Amazing.
you like I said, you speak to a room filled with people that you thought was empty. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people.
That's the thing with
that-
her speaking too, because you had like when at the Heart's Desire Gala last year, that's when the first time you hit the stage to talk about your story, really.
Yeah. And
And
that
that
5
was-
minutes felt like an hour. I
You
don't think
had, you had
there that
every single person in that room, Jen. You had all of us literally being like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So for those people that haven't seen Jen speak in person yet, it's powerful. And I can't wait to hopefully read your book one day, if that's how it's going to be, because it's you, like we just said, you have so many layers, and there's so much that we got to learn about you and that we have left to learn that you want to share. And
Exactly.
Jess said I'm going to be on stage this year, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Jess has a way of making things happen when she's.
For the record, it's not me, Jess. It's Jess Tatu.
yes, just yes.
Like, yes, I told you that.
Yeah.
Take all the credit. Oh my god.
Oh gosh, I
Yeah,
love it.
I totally believe that too. And I think it's, you just have to unlock that little, the next section is uncomfortable, but
Yeah, gotta walk through that door you saw.
gotta walk
Yeah.
through the door. Exactly.
I love it. Is there anything that you want to plug while we're here? Any and all of your businesses where they can find you, and any events that haven't sold out yet that you want people to come to?
The biggest thing is I'll be like, come golfing.
Yes. And what day
Yeah,
is it
so
again?
even if you're not a big golfer, it's gonna be such a fun day. Like we've got
Perfect.
competition holes and supper and speakers. Like it's gonna be fun, and the golf course is always a good time. So tickets are still on sale for that. Relive the 90s night in November. Tickets are still on sale for that.
Amazing.
And I will be launching a few different things like children's scavenger hunts and things like that soon. So all of that for the most part will be on the Little Wonders Instagram page.
Perfect.
And then the venue is called Wonder and Whimsy Events. So I post events on there as well, or you can book it out for your own events. And then the nonprofit is the Little Wonders Family Program.
Love it.
Awesome. That's so wonderful.
Love it.
Find you on
So-
Instagram with those handles, which I'll link in our show bio as
Yeah.
well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that was just,
Yeah.
I love talking to you
I
because
know.
it's truly just like a good conversation, no matter where it goes. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
literally every
joining
time
us.
ever since I met you for the first time when I accidentally got white girl wasted at Jess's birthday party. I was like, I need to be your best friend. And I'm just like, because I didn't realize who you were, and I was like, holy fuck, that's a client. That's Jess's client. And I've just been an idiot this whole time. And
No, like I said, the bartenders and I were like, that's our favorite guest. No offense to any other guest that was there. And it was just Brittany was next level epic that night.
because
Was that
She's back at the bar again.
that was her 40th birthday.
Oh, and that's when you ate her cake.
Yeah, that's when we pretended COVID didn't exist, and we all ate a piece of her cake.
Cake, exactly. You just took the cake around and just like was sharing.
Yeah, that's when I was telling everyone to have pink Whitney shots, and I was dead the next day. I made this. But I remember ever since that day, I was like, I want to be her best friend. So ever since that, I'm just like, send these little messages to Dan where I'm just like, please take me into your friend circle.
Accept me.
I need to be a part of your life forever.
Okay, well, I'm gonna come this week before Jess goes back.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. I'd love that.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
it'd be fun.
We'll have the time. Don't worry.
And hopefully, I mean, you never know what the year could look like for you, but you are welcome back anytime.
Yay!
I'd love to have you back on. It's just a pleasure for us. And
Yeah.
Thanks,
I know
ladies.
for listeners, when like, yeah, you got so much to share.
Yeah,
And we appreciate you taking the time with us.
Aw, thanks, ladies.
totally.
Yeah.
So we're gonna quickly plug ourselves here. You guys can find us at
At
YouTube.
Basic Banter for Witches on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah.
And you can email us basicbanterforwitches@gmail.com.
Hey, smile, ladies.
There you go. Perfect. Right on.
Amazing.
Well,
Okay.
thanks,
Oh,
guys.
just kidding. My eyes were closed.
Awesome. Okay, one more time.
I'm gonna end the recording here, and then let's stay on the line, okay? Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We love you, and we'll talk to you next week.
Woo!